So I'm watching them. They got inexperienced halfback, young fellow Dufty. I look at the Knights the other night, the way they used Kalen as a halfback and split their halves either side. Maybe they want to do that the same with Drinkwater. Drinkwater's the most creative player on the field, whether they split their halves up, which takes pressure off the young Dufty, and let Drinkwater be. Anyway, but they're struggling. They're struggling. Especially with their forwards aren't going forward, so for a young halfback, it makes it very tough.
With the footy, I felt there was a couple of things. I felt they looked disorganised. They didn't look like they knew what they were trying to do, and then they looked really flat. They didn't look like they were getting deep and running onto the football. Without the footy, I think defensively is their biggest concern. And when you have 5 change of positions in your edges, so you've only got 8 edge players, and 5 of those are new. You've got a new halfback, a new winger, 2 new back rowers, and a new centre. And 2 of those guys have only played 2 NRL games. So there's some inexperience and change of combinations defensively on the edge. That's where all the Sharks' tries came. All of the Sharks' tries came on the edge of the field. So, you know, I don't think it's panic stations at the Cowboys, although they have had 78 points scored against them in the first 2 rounds.
Well, they dropped one of their best players last week as well.
No. He'll be back. Oh, well, he'll have to go
Well, he was
back.
dropped last week. They put Jason Taumalolo, I think, played for the Blackhawks on the weekend. So,
but this isn't going to be fixed by bringing players in. This is going to be fixed by building that continuity of your edge defence. You know, too many players are doing different things, and you know we just know how hard the edge is to defend. It's a split-second decision. And it's a real feel with your edges, and I think that's a real concern for him at the moment.
I'll ask Jai, you've played with Tommy Dearden. Do you think he's got the voice and the dominant voice and the way he plays to play halfback?
Yeah, I think he does, but I think Tommy's a good runner of the footy, and I think he may need to go back to doing what he does well, and I think he's a tremendous runner of the footy. He's got a good voice out there. He probably needs to be that dominant half at the moment, you know, having an inexperienced half as well. So I have no doubts he can do the job, but look, I think they just need to get back to it's cliche, but get back to the drawing board, work hard at training. You know, it's obviously not going to be a fix overnight, but work on their edge defence, and you know, anything could happen. Just keep sticking at it, and things will come.
are they playing themselves in or to buy? They'll win that.
That's a tough run. Broncos, Raiders, Panthers.
I only looked at the horns.
What for Todd Payton? How do you, after conceding 78 points in the first 2 rounds, and as we know, defence is all about attitude. How does he? Because their confidence is going to be super low. How does he pull them out of that? If you're not going to keep dropping troops, if that's not the answer to keep dropping players.
No one knows what's going on up there. Firstly, no one knows why they really dropped him. They're not going to drop him because he missed a couple of tackles. So you know, you got Jake Clifford also coming off the bench.
Would you put Clifford into the starting side again?
Well, I would, but I don't know what's going on up there.
Yeah,
I definitely would, because young Duffy's just too young at the moment for this type of pressure, I think.
Especially in a team that's struggling.
They've got Brisbane next week as well, so pretty big ask.
Yeah, I think they need to look at their systems. I think they need to look at their edge defence systems.
When you say look at your systems,
well,
people, you hear that all the time. What is this?
It's quite hard to explain sitting here on the couch, but on the edge, you've got split seconds to make a decision, and you nearly need to know what the inside and outside guy of you are doing. They look disjointed. One guy's going in, the other guy's staying back, and that's what's creating the space for the creative players on the edge.
Okay, well, I'll ask this. Have they got too many systems in the defence? Should they just have one system and stick to that?
To Freddie's point, we don't know what's going on up there. We don't know everyone's got a different system. Everyone has an edge coach, and everyone do different things. And there's more than one way to do things. But the key is for everyone in the team to do the same thing. That's the key for the edge defence.